bitches, bros, and non-binary hoes. I've turned off the profanity filter purely because it's still in beta. I tested it for a few streams. It was alright. I think probably still a little rough around the edges. I might use it in future if they do make it better. I thought it was an interesting idea, but I don't think it's worth all the hassle, especially when it doesn't always work half the time. So I'll just probably I'll try again at some point. For now, I'll leave it off. I'll look at some other alternatives as well. And yeah, I'm gonna hold myself accountable at first. I'm a damn dirty liar. I know I don't normally stream on a Saturday, but here I am. Purely because I had nothing better to do today. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna play. I was gonna play some games. That was my plan. I thought, you know what, I could stream some of it because I was gonna play some Death Note. So I thought I might as well stream some of it as well. I'll probably be back with Silent Hill on Monday at some point. I don't think I have D&D on Sunday, so we won't be streaming our Alien game for that one, but that'll be next week. We're taking a week off because we haven't got everyone available. Yeah, I was considering using the profanity filter for today because I imagine there's probably going to be a lot of swearing when I'm playing. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm hoping everyone's doing good today. There's a few things I also wanted to talk about. I actually queued up a few YouTube stuff. There's been some update to the whole Johnny Somali Korea situation, which I'll probably take a look at. And there's a few other things as well I want to mention, mostly about shitty influencers. In fact, there's probably more I can find if I look up stuff about Nick Fuentes again. There's probably been more since then. I'm still annoyed that the story about his house being burnt down was fake. Like, I so wanted that one to be true. In fact, there are a few videos I want to watch about the whole Nick Fuentes situation, because I think there's the one I saw earlier, just now actually even, about a lawyer responding to what he did, and if he could go to prison for it, which I hope he does. In fact, I want to see a lot of these. Like I posted as well, I posted a joke on my socials about how I agree with Donald Trump, but I think he's not doing it enough. He needs to be more extreme when it comes to his policy on immigration. Like, I want him to build a wall, but I want him to build a wall so high Americans can't leave. I don't want people like Logan Paul or Johnny Somali leaving the country, right? I want to keep them all contained in one place. Like, I don't think a wall is enough. I think it needs to be a cage. Just over the entire country. No one in or out. I think that would be best for literally most of the world. That's my take on the whole Trump presidency. I don't think he's doing enough. I think he needs to take it a step further. I mean, he had one go at building a wall already, and he didn't do it, right? He spent a fuck ton of money. There's no wall built yet. I think, yeah, his ambitions are too low. He's not thinking of the bigger picture. And he needs to make the wall at least a few feet higher, I think. Donor, welcome on in. How are you doing? You missed me making fun of Trump and his presidency, and I've got a few things planned to talk about today, and maybe play some Death Note. 2.6. Oh, how? Maybe. I think it needs to be a bit more than that. I mean, I was thinking a good 5 feet higher would do. Maybe even another couple of meters, actually. And I think the most important thing, they need some anti-air turrets as well. I know people like Taylor Swift are going to try and go in and out with her private jet. Oh yeah, of course. Actually, yeah, that's the perfect measurement. An extra 5'2" on the wall should do. I don't want anyone in America who doesn't meet that requirement in my stream, so that will definitely keep them out. I think he's too short-sighted wanting to have a wall. I think a cage would be better suited, right, for his needs. In this day and age, a wall is not going to work, right? I mean, look at Hadrian's Wall. That's barely holding up. It's not going to last. I think he should make an entire... Or just a dome. Make America into one giant snow globe. Laser fence? Oh, that's going to waste a lot of electricity, though. And we already have things like AI draining the power grid. I think a dome would be much more economically friendly. Just one big glass bubble. Like the Simpsons movie. Well, lucky it'll fucking work like a magnifying glass and how thick would it be? Good question. So you don't want it to be too thin. You know, I'm gonna pretend that I don't know. That keeping it airtight might not be a good idea. I mean, no, actually we should make it airtight. No air can go in and out either. That way, they can suffer with their own pollution, right? Won't affect the rest of the... I'm pretty sure that'll save most of the climate. Because America is like... It's not as high as China or like some other countries, but they are pretty high when it comes to fossil fuel usage. I think that would work. I think it needs to be decently thick though. A weirdest... Do you know what? You sound like a first-time chatter, Harpy. You're gonna ask me a question now. So, Connor, there is actually a caveat with that. Harpy, would you get cancelled for sharing? I don't think you would. Ooh, here's a good question though. If you state your age, you'll be fine, I guess. But at the same time, you're gonna be opening yourself up to guys who like to look up pictures of women saying they're 16 years old. I think that's the bigger thing you should be worried about as a woman on the internet. I think that's the bigger issue, right? Yeah, Kona, China do put out a lot of CO2 emissions, but they offset a lot of this. They also contribute more to like actually like carbon capture technology and like actually cleaning the environment. So like, if you look at it in that sort of lens, while they do put out more like carbon emissions, they actually also do more to offset it. So in regards to like actually taking steps to reduce the carbon footprint, China are literally leading in that sense. Like no other country does it as well as they do, because they are bigger and put out more, that's why. No, I think you'll be fine, Harvey. I don't think you'll get cancelled for it, unless you painted yourself brown for it, in which case you might be. If you look pale as fuck, you'll be fine. Also, the ship I'm on right now, Harpy, this is one of the ships that, this would have been the ship you guys started off on in Alien. In the Chariot of the Gods one-shot we're currently doing. I'm currently on a ship that May blew up. But yeah, one of the great things about the movie is they built all the sets. It's all practical effects, and it looks fucking amazing. Even if you watch it now, because they didn't use CGI for any of it, like, it holds up so incredibly well. Especially when you compare it to the third movie, because the third movie is when they started using CGI, and the alien looks so bad in comparison. Especially considering it came immediately after, like, one of the best shots in the entire series with the practical effect, and then they switched to CGI and it looked so bad. Anyway, I'm gonna have a go at the word order today. Has everyone else already done it? Because otherwise I might end up spoiling it for you. Let's play. Browser. Speaking of cabbage, dude, I'm gonna talk about Johnny Somali in a bit, but do you know, have you seen the memes Korean people are making about him? Because I posted about it. Let's chat. I want to switch back to this scene for a second, but oh, hang on, I also need to change a few things. There we go. But yeah, people in Korea. Harpy, I'll educate you in a second. I'll educate you who he is in a second, but people in Korea are making like memes of Johnny Somali by editing his face onto the cabbage merchant. And the reason they're doing that is in Korean law, if someone can't pay the fine for their crimes, they still have forced labor over there. So he'd be forced to either work in a factory or in agriculture, right? And if he does end up working in agriculture, it's very likely he's going to end up on a cabbage farm, because Korea produces a lot of cabbage for kimchi, right? So it's very likely that if Johnny Somali can't afford to pay all the fines for all the crimes he's done in Korea, he's going to end up as a cabbage farmer for the next 10 years of his life. And that's why everyone's making memes of him in Korea with his face on the cabbage merchant from Avatar. Browser. Let's play. Hang on, that's not my browser. 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 There we go. I'm not sure why it wasn't working the first time. Anyway, what's my starting word going to be today? I need to pick up a better word for it. I want a more fun word than that. But I also want to pick a word that I'm not going to use by accident when I'm playing a game. Or something. No, I'll go with resin as my first word. That's an interesting one. Oh, okay. About. Okay, ROIS. Okay. It's a useful one because it gets a lot of consonants in. The ones I tend to use are about and yours because that gets you. No, not what was it? Yours, no, yours, and then a like. Because that gets you all of the vowels in 2 guesses. It's not gonna end in a vowel, I think. So I think it might end in an R. If it ends in SOR, Pfizer. Oh yeah. I think that's one of my best guesses. Got it in 3. Although I think the starting word giving me a lot of hints definitely helped it out. Alright, we're doing GeoGuessr. Can I keep this up? Okay. Graffiti, got a truck. This does not help. There's no road signs here. The city in the background there. Oh, hang on. What language is this? I don't recognize it. Right, can I get to the city in time, or close enough to it that I can see a road sign? Cars aren't going to help. Oh, there's a bus. Here we go. What's this? Okay, we're in Europe. Oh, is that Harpy's backyard? I think she just doxed herself. "40 seconds. I have a feeling it might be Russia. Somewhere in Russia, but I'm not sure which part of Russia it would be. Russia's a big fucking place. You know what, I'm gonna throw it in Moscow and hope for the best. It was Ukraine. Okay. I couldn't tell the difference between the 2 languages, so I wouldn't have known. Okay. Can I do this one? Okay, hang on. I think I know what this is. Maybe. Maybe. I know which region that would be. And can I see any writing on there? Nope, it's too blurry. English, okay. The question is it Asia or is it Arabia? It could be the United Arab Emirates. I don't think it's the Middle East. I think it might be somewhere in Asia. I can find out which Asian country it is. Not much help though. Need more context clues. 7 seconds. I could see a sign in a different language. I might be able to figure something out. I'm sorry, Harpy. The cuck chair's been removed. Okay. There's a large amount of English here, so I'm considering. And a lot of it seems to be blurred out for some reason, which is not helping. 17 seconds. Bring it down here. No, it was Africa. Okay. If I had saw more of the language, I probably would have been able to figure that out. But unfortunately, I was too far away to see any road signs or anything. Okay, I think that's French, with the way it spells group. I'm not sure, but that's a pretty fucking cool building. It makes me think of the Acme Corporation that keeps sending things to the... Is that where Wile E. Coyote gets his effective products from? Actually, it might not be French. Okay, it might be Spain. Wait, hang on. I think I know which part of Spain. I might do. I could be wrong, though. I could be very wrong about this. Nope, I know where it is. It's Italy. I find it's somewhere around here. Where's Vilnius? Or Vilnius, however you pronounce it. Around Italy, right? 40 seconds. Can I find it? I'm pretty sure it's somewhere around here. I don't know where it is. Okay, I'm gonna drop it near Venice or something, just around there. Oh, it's Lithuania. That's where it was. Okay, I completely forgot it's a Lithuanian place. I thought it was Italy. That's my bad. I was getting it confused with Venice. I think the Europeans are gonna hate me now more than they already do. I think. I should have known. I had a friend from uni from there. I hope he doesn't watch my streams. Shows I'm a terrible, terrible friend. Do you know what? We can switch it. So there's apparently an update on the whole Johnny Somali situation. He seems to have managed to get out of South Korea, apparently, using an emergency passport, because the Korean authorities did take away his passport. That's why he was stuck there. But let's see how this goes out.
From Bad News Town boys. This kid, Johnny Somali, is actually getting away with the stuff he's doing, and it's out of our control. He's actually purposely doing more stuff to be more edgy and try to generate, I don't know, views, us talking about him. Whatever he's doing, it's working, and he's getting away with it.
American YouTuber Johnny Somali, who has engaged in outrageous acts in South Korea, such as kissing the Statue of Peace and causing disturbances at a convenience store, has been referred to the public prosecutor's office. On Monday, Seoul Mapo Police said it has forwarded the case involving the live streamer, who has been charged with obstruction but has not been detained for further investigation.
Now, the Korean police is trying to indict him. My previous video, I said he got sentenced to 25 years. It didn't happen. I tried to speak it into existence, and instead I got a bunch of people mad that I clickbaited. I thought it was some good clickbait. I think there's good clickbait and bad clickbait. That just so happens to be unfortunate clickbait because it didn't work.
So we don't know what his maximum sentence is because people are estimating around 20 odd years because of the amount of crimes he's done. And it's a difficult one. But it looks like the charges that are most likely going to stick are the ones where he's in the 7-Eleven throwing ramen around and abusing staff, because I think out of all the crimes he's done, obstruction of business is one of the biggest offenses he has, and they caught him on CCTV with evidence. So it's the one they have the most evidence for, even though he's recording himself doing all of this, right? South Korea apparently has a lot of CCTV, and especially around 7-Eleven and stuff, so apparently they have the most evidence to convict him on that, so he's definitely convicted for something. But how long he's going to go away for, it's kind of up in the air, because we're not sure what charges are being brought forward yet.
Then we've all would have been celebrating me, but I failed. Now this kid is trying to go even further into the edginess for his fans, which I hope are little kids. I hope that these are little kids, probably high school.
Genuinely do not know any grown people who'd watch someone like that.
Now, Johnny Poo Poo Pants is still trying to be edgy. He's still trying to go viral. Like, he's still pushing it. Instead of calming down and, like, stepping back for a bit and trying to change his ways, maybe, and, like, give a new image or something, he's doubling down. He's doubling down by calling himself the new Epstein. Or at least people are pulling up old clips of him talking to minors. But the clips that I saw, he's talking to little kids or little girls and just saying that he doesn't care how old they are. Which, again, he's a weirdo. The extent that this guy is going to in order for him to generate clicks and have people talk about him is insane. This is worse than Jack Doherty and worse than Nick Fuentes, or probably on the same level as Nick Fuentes. So him and Nick Fuentes would probably get along.
Put them in a cage, let them fight it out. Deathmatch, Johnny Somali, Nick Fuentes. I'll pay to watch that. Like, I did not pay to watch the Mike Tyson vs. Jake Paul fight or whatever. And I was probably going to make a lot of money, but I would legitimately pay to see Nick Fuentes and Johnny Somali fight to the death. Fucking stick them in a cage, let them go at it.
Pretty well, because they're just saying the worst things that they can think of that would probably get people pissed off.
I'm a minor.
Let me referee the fight.
I'm a minor too. I'm the most demonic that ever turned a camera on. I'm the most evil person that ever used the internet. I'm the most evil person to ever use a camera. I'm a deviant. I am a criminal. What I don't do often.
He's a pretty shit villain.
I'm like Epstein. My name's Edward. Might call you a I don't give a I'm young Epstein, I'm young P. Diddy. Clip it. I got all these young bitches doing something strange.
He's trying so hard to be edgy and bad, it's cringe.
End goal is, I know he's getting money, but how much could you possibly be getting paid? Where are you trying to go? You got banned from YouTube and all these other platforms. I don't know how long you got banned for, but what is the game plan? You can only say so much until you do something so bad that you actually get legally banned from the internet.
He said he's calling the police.
Call police, mommy, call. 112. Call police, mommy. Call now, 112. Call the police.
Your phone about to die, bro.
It's okay. Mommy, call the police. Call the police, please, mommy. 112, call the police, mommy. Keep that calm. You are my streamer. Can you give me a hug, then I go? Can you give me a hug? I need to move you. Why? Why?
How is this good content? Why are people watching this crap?
In fact, last month, he was attacked multiple times on the streets of Seoul by Korean live streamers. Somali, meanwhile, asked for police protection after claiming someone was stalking him in the city of Kuri. He claimed,
Motherfucker commits crimes, to the police, and then when people want to kick his ass for it, he runs to the police and asks them to protect him. What a Beta bitch. I think he's a textbook definition of what a beta is, if there is one.
That an unidentified man presumed to be a YouTuber was following him, and that his address in Kudi City was revealed by Korean YouTubers through their...
Hello, Buggy. How are you doing?
Good job on going viral. Everybody's talking about him. Everybody hates him. Now the Korean police is investigating him. They're trying to basically...
I hope you've been good, dude.
Which, good. Hopefully, you know, he ends up serving at least some time to be an example that you can't do these things and get away with it. They should make an example out of him. With that being said, though, I do have some sort of good news. He posted a TikTok saying that he got out of jail and he got his passport back, which he...
How is he not banned on TikTok?
He's saying that he got his passport back, but what he actually did is he went to the U.S. Embassy in Korea. He told whoever was at the embassy, like, yo, I lost my passport. Can I get a new passport? And they gave him an emergency passport. He still can't leave the country. So just because he has a passport doesn't really mean anything. Like, at the moment he tries to get onto a...
Pretty sure if you lie about it, because the police took his passport so he can't leave the country. So I think lying to an embassy to get an emergency passport, I think that's probably some crime as well, some form of crime. Definitely fraudulent, right?
Handcuffs and he's being put back into jail because I'm assuming there's a whole investigation going on where he can't leave until they figure the situation out. Now, this picture is most likely deepfaked. Like, it's not a real picture. He's known for doing deepfakes. You can tell around the neck area that it looks kind of blurry, but he deepfaked himself on a plane with the emergency passport to just make it seem like he actually escaped. It's crazy. Crazy that he's doing these things.
Can you read that? Can you read the passport line right above the word passport? What does that say?
It's blurred out. It's definitely AI.
This means this is not a normal passport. This means that's issued in the case your passport is lost or taken away. It's limited in use. Might be usable on a flight out, but that's it. But here's the problem. And I'm just going to say this way. Good luck escaping, Johnny. Why don't you go to the airport and try to use that passport? Have fun.
According to Legal Mindset, who's the guy who pointed out about the whole emergency passport thing, he even is going as far as to try to sue a lawyer who I think is a lawyer, but he's trying to sue him for whatever reason. And there's other channels that he's trying to copyright them and take them down.
Johnny Somali was talking with one of his pirates, and they were saying Johnny, who, by the way, his name in the Discord is Somali Epstein. He says that weird lawyer guy, that'd be me, says you're criminally charged in Korea. Is it true? I hope you can somehow get out of Korea, though. He can't. And then he says he needs to worry about the charge I'm filing against him, Andrew Esquire. Johnny Somali is mad. He's mad I'm covering this.
It's hard to like the guy. I don't know why he has fans. I'm hoping it's little kids, which is bad because little kids probably shouldn't be looking up to him. Or maybe
absolutely not, right?
Maybe I'm becoming an unk and this is the new wave of stuff. And then all the old...
Imagine being a grown adult and enjoying Johnny Somali's content.
I don't know where we're at. I mean, clearly he's banned from everything, so I don't think we're going to hear from him for a while. I highly doubt he's going to get back on the streaming platforms because he's getting into legal territory. I don't know where this is going to end. And where
I don't know why Kick and like Rumble haven't blocked him yet. I think Rumble is the only platform that doesn't block anyone anymore.
More shit about him.
Because Kick have started blocking people.
Accused of disrupting the operations of a convenience store.
But they caught him doing that on CCTV. And that's a charge he's not going to get away from.
Drinking alcohol by an employee. He even uploaded his action on his YouTube channel, which got the local police involved.
It's the only content of his I enjoy, dude.
Somali is also
the only time his content's ever gotten a reaction out of me when someone fucking decks him.
And even illegal drug use. Somali's disrespectful and offensive behavior, meanwhile, has drawn significant...
If he wasn't brain damaged before, he is now.
You got me cut to a fucking wall, bro. This is fucking... This is fucking crazy, bro. This let me out this bitch now, bro. I'm about to crash on the table and a bunch of shit.
I hate Asians. I think all Asians need to be exterminated. I'm starting a race war, and for all you right-wing people that don't want immigrants to come to countries or not, the right wing should be promoting me and using me as an example.
Worst fucking cunt I've ever seen. And there's been a lot of them. Imagine, right, in a year when we've got people like Nick Fuentes, it's up for debate who the worst person around currently is. Like, people like Nick Fuentes exist and say the shit he says.
Who is recently accused of making 23
and it's up for debate if he is actually the worst person currently in the public eye.
Stories, so I reached out to everyone, from researchers to crypto.
Also, I'm a big fan of Copyzilla's work.
And let me say, the story is more
apparently Mr. Beast is in some hot water in regards to certain cryptocurrencies.
Is shady, but what we care about is, did he cross that bright red line from shady to illegal scam? And contrary to what Twitter says, I don't think that's an easy answer. Instead, I think the answer...
I don't get it though. We're in the year 2024, right? Who the fuck is still buying NFTs and who the fuck is still falling for crypto scams? Like, we all know crypto's a scam, right? Enough people have been scammed by crypto over the years for us to know that it's always going to be a scam. And nobody has gotten rich through NFTs for us to think that maybe it's something we can use. So how the fuck are people still buying NFTs thinking they can get rich? When, like, we've had years of people doing it and ending up homeless and bankrupt and whatnot. It's like, at this point, I don't feel sorry for any people who do fall for it, because, like, straight up, they are... I mean, they're not even innocent victims. They're people who think they can exploit others to make money and then end up getting exploited themselves. At that point, I don't think I have any sympathy for these people.
I've tried to get all sides of the story. We're going to start with the major allegations against Mr. Beast and build on those. They come from two sources. Firstly, an investigation by Soma XBT, which claims Mr. Beast made $10 million by backing low-cap crypto tokens, which are down 90%. And the second investigation comes from a group of 5 people who investigated Mr. Beast and found $23 million in profits from, quote, scams, shady deals, and his network. Now, there are a lot of crypto projects they go over, and I want to be clear. Some of these allegations, I agree, are bad. Others, I think, are actually worse than have been reported. And still other allegations, I simply disagree with them on. So we're going to start with what I don't agree with. According to the report, Polychain Monsters, or PMON, is a project which KSI promoted heavily. Mr. Beast did not. But Mr. Beast did get in the presale and make a lot of money. And thus, the conclusion is made, it's highly likely Mr. Beast made an investment from that insider information of KSI's promotional deal. But there's simply no evidence provided of this. I have the same thoughts about Jigstack, another coin which KSI promoted, and the conclusion is, though Mr. Beast did not officially follow Jigstack, in his network, KSI was involved in promoting Jigstack. From this information, Mr. Beast invested and made a large return. Here, again, there isn't concrete proof. Now, I asked the team who wrote this piece, and the lead author, Casper Vandeluk, told me, quote, having known Mr. Beast's having a very strong connection with KSI, it's basically highly probable he was vested as a result of KSI. No concrete evidence, just going off probabilities. But I'm going to say I don't agree with that, and I'm going to toss those probabilities aside. I think they reach too far. Instead, I'm going to stick with what we can prove happened. Luckily, the biggest claims in this report, the biggest moneymakers, are much better supported by evidence. Starting with Super. This is the project Mr. Beast is alleged to have made the most amount of money on, over $10 million based on a presale of $100,000. As for evidence, we have leaked screenshots showing Mr. Beast telling Super's founder that he can do $100K. Then we have a wallet that both investigations trace to Mr. Beast, sending $100K to the presale wallet. And then we have the same wallets getting millions of these Super tokens in a period of unlocks, which were almost all sold aggressively. Now, why is this bad? Well, Mr. Beast is obviously hugely influential, and he publicly associated himself with the project twice.
There we
Once
go.
on March 3rd, 2021, he responded to a tweet with eyeball emojis. And then he interacted a second time on May 12th, 2021. This is much worse. The founder, Elio Trades, had tweeted, there's a gym sitting there on the market at eye-watering prices, set to explode.
I think at this point, like, Mr. Beast spent so much time building up the perfect social media personality, right? Doing all this charity work. Only to have it all fall apart within the span of a year.
He was selling tokens.
Like, the dude is shady as all hell. Just in between all the controversies he's had recently.
After the May 12th tweet, Mr. Beast sold about $200,000 worth of these tokens. And remember the context. He's responding to the founder of the coin.
I watched a clip of him, Logan Paul, and KSI doing like a podcast together. They had zero chemistry. You can tell these three, like, aren't actually friends IRL. They don't like each other. They're just collaborating because they're the three biggest on the platform, and they can make a fuck ton of money out of it.
Allegedly sold. Now,
it's so clear that, like, you know, they're literally only in it for the business. They aren't friends outside of it or off camera or anything.
Who I'm going to warn you,
because they have, like, literally no chemistry or banter between them. Like, it was the driest podcast I've ever watched any clips of.
With industry experts to ensure full compliance with all.
Because they know nothing about each other as well.
The wallet is not owned or managed by Jimmy, but rather a fund led by respected and sophisticated managers. The fund closely evaluates.
Thing is, they're being bankrolled by kids who have access to their parents' credit cards. Straight up, their audience are cringe teenagers.
The fund's investment strategies apply the same rigorous standards as many other experienced investors in the field. Now,
But I don't think I know any adults who watch Logan Paul. At all.
Doing any of the trading or managing the trading and blames it on a fund.
Or if they do, they don't say so publicly.
What is the name of this fund?
Or KSI even.
And what rules and regulations were followed that allowed you to tweet about a coin while your fund is selling? I didn't get a response. It's worth mentioning the spokesman is Matthew Hiltzik, a well-known crisis management consultant. Thankfully, online, there still are a number of clues we can follow to try to find the right person for this fund. The reason most people link Mr. Beast to this wallet we've been tracking is mostly based on a tweet by Mr. Beast saying he bought a specific crypto punk, which belonged to an account which goes by Wu-Tang Clan. People assume
The names of these NFTs are so cringe as well.
Mr. Beast's wallet. But what is lesser known is that another account has also tweeted about
Like, I'm pretty sure these, like, crypto bros are the most out-of-touch motherfuckers on the planet.
named Jason Williams. He's followed
Which doesn't surprise me, considering, they probably idolize Elon Musk, and Elon Musk is still posting memes and references that are like a decade old.
CryptoPunk saying, I hope you enjoy your new home, sold for 100 ETH. That sale he's talking about links back to the same address Mr. Beast does, Wu-Tang Clan. On YouTube, there's even more clues. Jason can be seen surfing wearing a Wu-Tang Clan shirt, and his brand name, Going Parabolic, happens to be owned by the same Mr. Beast wallet, goingparabolic.eth. So there's very good evidence that Jason Williams was also involved in this same wallet, which means that it might be true that Mr. Beast wasn't the guy buying or selling, which would be good for Mr. Beast and bad for these investigations. But just when I thought Mr. Beast might have no say in what this wallet did, I saw this podcast with Logan Paul, where Jimmy discusses CryptoPunks once again, and things get complicated.
So me and Logan both bought punks. You guys have probably seen on his Twitter that he bought a bunch of crypto punks at the same time, right?
Yep.
When Gary pulled us in that call.
Yep.
So
I'm guessing it's a pump and dump scam.
Gary V, it's like 11 p.m. just out of nowhere, just calls me and he's like, "Yo, I got like 30 people to call. Hop in." I'm like, I don't care. He's like, "It'll be the best decision of your life. Just get in." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And so I just joined the call, and I just see like Logan and I don't even know these other people. I don't want to put them on blast.
Every heavy hitter you can imagine who's worth $1 billion was on this one call, and Gary V is in the little corner, the little square. He's going, CryptoPunks. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be the next Facebook.
Literally sounds like they're trying to scam money out of as many rich people as possible by using the most successful YouTuber to sucker them in.
All of us were like, okay,
Everyone's
Gary.
judging. I'm texting Logan. And
He's
I'm like,
is
Gary lost
this
his mind.
legit? Bro, all of us were like, yo, Gary's nuts. Yo, Gary was right again.
I bought a bunch.
Wait.
Yeah, I bought quite a few.
How many?
I don't want to say, but
You have to
I,
say, bro, you
I,
have to say.
I bought multiple ones. Yeah.
Well, bro, are you in double digits, punks?
Double, just shy.
Huh. Well, this clip is very interesting because Jimmy said he made the decision to get CryptoPunks based on a call with Gary V. But those punks are owned by the wallet we just said was controlled by Jason. So it appears sometimes Mr. Beast is telling Jason what to buy for this fund. Mr. Beast then later talks about selling these CryptoPunks and rolling the money into a new project. And once again, it sounds like he's in charge.
Well, I've already sold quite a few of them, so I don't.
What?
Dude,
he's on to the next thing.
I bought a bunch of. So then
The thing about crypto and NFTs, though, is you only make money by selling them to someone stupider than you. And stupid motherfuckers out there will buy NFTs thinking they can scam someone else, not realizing that they're the bottom of that food chain, and there is no one below them, and they just lost all their money. And I think this is a scam that's going to carry on going for years and years to go, because there's always going to be a patsy, there's always going to be some stupid motherfucker out there who will believe that he's smart enough to scam someone else into taking the NFTs off him after he's bought them, right? And they've gone up in value. So
I'm very thankful for it.
Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be seeing them go anytime soon.
Jason Williams appears to be
unless we see some like legal regulations about it.
Or management of Mr. Beast's crypto wallet.
But at the moment, it's completely unregulated.
Some
And it's completely fine and easy to scam people out of it because there's like little to no legal repercussion for it,
But once again, there's no response.
which is why you see it happen so often.
Super. We know from leaked DMs that Mr. Beast and not Jason set up this pre-sale, and we know that Mr.
Same reason AI art is like so rampant right now because there's very little regulation around it.
Mr. Beast set up the pre-sale according to leaked screenshots. We know Mr. Beast made the tweet, but we don't know whether it was Jason doing the trading of Super.
Like, if they did start doing, like, actual government regulations about AI artwork and things like cryptocurrency, you'd see a lot less things being stolen and a lot less people being scammed.
I reached out to Jason Williams for
So we might see a dip in it if the government ever do get involved. Any government gets involved. But until it does, this place is, like, literally open water for, predators like this.
Part of a deal for promotion. But you should know he also mentions how upset he was with how pre-sale investors sold their tokens, saying most of them sold, including Mr. Beast. So those are the facts. Mr. Beast gets involved in a pre-sale, for some reason tweets at this project twice, one time on the day his fund is selling tokens, where he seems to imply that they're undervalued. In total, he's alleged to have made $11 million with this deal, according to the report. So yeah, that's really bad. Now we're going to turn to another allegation, which is about Earn, or Eternity Chain. There are some facts which are the same. There are others that are different. For example, instead of Mr. Beast setting up the deal directly, the team at Earn claims...
Yeah, and that'll be the day, right?
Quote, we were speaking to his fund manager, and when I asked about these
I
wallets...
wonder which country it'll be that does it first. I don't think it'll be the UK or the US that does it. I think one country's going to make the first move and then others might follow. I don't think China will either because China actually are making a lot of money through things like AI and even crypto.
And then, just like with Super,
it's going to be interesting because I think it's going to be one country's going to make the right move and then others are going to start following afterwards.
Decided to comment once himself anyways, on March 9th, 2021.
If the US and UK ever do it, it'll be because they start regulating it in a way where they can tax it and suddenly they can make money from all this illegitimate activity. I think that's the only time we'll ever see like any of those countries actually step in. It's when there's money to be made.
Is that Mr. Beast's name was put publicly on...
I mean, it might end up being a European country that takes the first step in regulating this sort of thing.
You might be asking, well, which is it? Is he an investor or a partner? And the answer is both. He got into the pre-sale and the...
Which the EU in general is what I think might be the first thing to do it.
Supposedly, it was a charity drop and a normal NFT drop. Now, the charity drop specifically did happen in association with one of Mr. Beast's projects, Team Seas, saying, quote, all proceeds will go towards cleaning up the seas around the world. This was early November 2021. Then the official Team Seas account posts it on November 3rd, 2021. Quote, what an awesome crypto collaboration in support of the team. Then the CEO of Eternity Chain, Nick Rose, confirms in Telegram that the drop is supported by Mr. Beast, saying Earn and ETH tokens will be accepted for the charity auction, which was slated to last 2 months. Now, the reason I'm sharing all of this is because 1 month into this 2-month charity auction on November 30th, 2021, the Rocket Fund or Beast Fund or whatever you want to call it starts selling huge amounts of this Earn token. Allegedly, they sold over $2 million, while the charity itself was still going on. Now, I know that sounds horrible. It looks horrible. It is horrible.
I think it's pretty horrible.
Personally, I don't think this was a master plan to pump a coin with a charity auction. If it was the plan, it was a bad one because the NFT auction was ultimately a flop. But do I also think it doesn't matter because regardless of your intention...
Hang on, I'm getting an echo. Let me turn the volume down a little.
...of your 2-month charity auction is...
I've got filters on my microphone so it only picks up my voice, but I think CopyZilla's voice is in the same like range.
In case you forgot, Mr. Beast is the charity guy whose name is on the website. It isn't a fund. It isn't a crypto rocket fund. It's Mr. Beast's branding. I even asked the Earn team about this, saying, quote, why did y'all list Mr. Beast instead of Rocket Fund in your partners' investors? Was that discussed? They say, quote, we listed him, Mr. Beast, as a partner and, quote, yes, they accepted that. So according to the Earn team, Mr. Beast knew or should have known that his name was on the line for this investment and partnership. And yet, this fund, his fund, whatever you want to call it, sold tokens 1 month after starting a 2-month NFT auction for charity. To be fair again, though, it's hard to oversell how bad this NFT auction did.
NFTs are so ugly as well. Like, they're the ugliest fucking things I've ever seen.
But the bids were
I
made.
can't imagine wanting them for any reason. But then again, most people only buy them just so they can sell them and they think they can make a profit.
After the fund sold in November 30th. The transfer happened in December 23rd. So, of course, I went to Mr. Beast directly to answer this and see if there was some more context they could provide. There was no response other than the statement we've already read from Mr. Beast that he did not control the trading. Although, again, that isn't a really satisfying answer because we've established Mr. Beast would sometimes direct what to buy and sell to this fund, like CryptoPunks. Personally, like I said, I don't think this was a pre-planned scheme. But regardless of intentions, if you're the charity guy, you support a charity, it flops while your fund makes millions of dollars in profits because it's selling the same earn token people could bid on the charity with, that just is awful. And
yeah, it seems
awful about it.
I don't know if it even is shit. I think it straight up is.
I want to move on from that.
I don't know, to be fair, I don't think he's gonna get arrested for anything either. He's too rich for it. But also, like I said, it's not regulated, so...
Into Mr. Beast's business partner,
Wait, it doesn't look like he just used charity to, or the pretense of charity to fill his own pockets.
In fact, the only reason we know Mr. Beast was in the pre-sale is that there were several articles about it, bragging about that fact. Once again, Mr. Beast's name was used to promote this instead of the fund itself. And internally to investors, I have to say, this built up a lot of excitement, not just because Mr. Beast is a huge name, but because XCAD had what's called creator tokens. So the idea—
One moment, I need to go onto the door real quick. Be right back.
I'm recalling the attack team. Recon your positions. Increase security.
Be careful, he's still in this area.